Hello again, Dr. Cass.
Hi.
You, in a previous segment that we did, told us that it's never too early to either begin or to help someone begin to
hmm
understand the concept of wellness.
hmm
Is it ever too late?
Never too late. They've had women in their 80s who started to do weight training and they reversed their osteoporosis. Now, in addition to doing weight training, they probably were also taking some calcium and magnesium. And by the way, for bones, for women with osteoporosis, since I mentioned this, I do recommend a formula that has a lot of different ingredients in it. I had one woman who was in her 78, and she refused Fosamax, and I was very glad she refused it. Her internist had recommended it. That's a drug for osteoporosis because it has many side effects, including there's jaw necrosis. I mean, jawbones, there are
Hmm.
cases of jawbones absolutely disintegrating, and you can say it's not that common, but when it happens to you, it's not a very good thing. So I put this woman on calcium, magnesium, boron, vitamin D, and strontium, and she had another bone scan sometime later, and her internist said, well, that Fosamax is really working. You're doing great. She didn't say anything. So there you go. Because she was not going to take it, and she didn't want to argue with him, and she was doing great, and much better than she would have done on the medication, because what she was doing was restoring the bones. The Fosamax, for example, is really building denser bones, but they're more brittle. So that's just one example. Uh, Taking antioxidants is very, very useful, and it will start to restore your liver, your brain, all the cells of your body that have been neglected and that aren't working at the top extent. Taking coenzyme Q10 and carnitine, which will feed the mitochondria, the energy factories of the cell, are very useful. Exercise is amazing. I had mentioned the weight training, that's specifically useful for osteoporosis for bones, but aerobic training, in addition to that, is going to condition your heart. It's going to help to burn fat. We were made to move. You know, our whole physiology is based on movement. And if we're sitting all day in front of a computer or in front of a television set, we're not moving. We're not doing what our body was made to do. And we're rusting. Literally, we're rusting from the inside. That's what oxidation is about. We make these free radicals just in the process of metabolism, and also the toxins that are coming in from the outside need to be converted into safe products, metabolites, and processed out of the body. So we need the right nutrients. We need to take a multivitamin and mineral, and as I mentioned, coenzyme Q10 and some other antioxidants, essential fatty acids. Certainly need that. Diet I'm not even going to mention because I've mentioned in every other thing I've written and talked about, but to eat the appropriate diet. And I have seen great turnarounds. I've seen people with metabolic syndrome bordering on diabetes, where they were about to be really possibly insulin dependent, but we reverse them because most of the type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance. It's based on diet. Clean up your diet, stop the sugar, eat the appropriate amounts of fish oils, good carbohydrates, high quality protein, and exercise, and you really can turn it around. There are nutrients for diabetes that are quite miraculous. Alpha lipoic acid, for one thing, um, and gymnema, and a whole slew of really excellent blood sugar products that will absolutely lower your blood sugar and help your insulin resistance, help to overcome the insulin resistance.